Now on 4 News Now at 6, shootings and vandalism at Spokane parks after dark. The changes Spokane police want to better protect your neighborhood.
It's going to get even hotter before things start to cool down in the inland northwest. I'll let you know how hot it's going to get on Wednesday in your First Alert forecast.
Spokane Public Schools is filling a gap in food accessibility and keeping kids fed. See how your child can receive free meals this summer break. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Police at Parks and Rec are teaming up to make Spokane's parks safer after a recent uptick in violence and vandalism. Thanks for joining us. I'm Aaron Luna. Kirsten O'Connor has the night off. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant joins us live from One North Spokane Park. Natalie, how do they plan on doing this?
Well, and Aaron, as you can see behind me, today is a beautiful day to get out and enjoy the park and the sunshine. But at Franklin Park here in North Spokane, it's just one example of a place where officers say they're having trouble. Last summer, 4 people were injured here in a shooting and 1 person was killed. That's one of 4 shootings police say happened in Northwest Spokane parks last year. But a change of one city ordinance could be the key to stopping this growing, troubling trend. A warm summer day, Spokane parks are a great place for families to get outside and enjoy the day. But according to Spokane police, when day turns to night, it's a much different scene.
I mean, these issues are in every one of our parks and every one of our neighborhoods.
Captain Tom Hendren and the Spokane Police Department are teaming up with Parks and Rec to bring back an ordinance that would make being at the park after hours a misdemeanor offense, something that was taken off the books back in 2018 and turned into a civil infraction. But now officers say they have no authority to enforce the law.
But what we need is the leverage and the deterrence so people won't gather there anymore. I don't care about making a ton of arrests. That's not my goal. If I can keep the gatherings from occurring and the property damage down and the violence down, that is the goal. And this is a tool to do that.
We've seen an uptick in vandalism, and quite frankly, that takes away from funding and dollars that we cannot spend on other things. And improvements.
Garrett Jones with Spokane Parks and Recreation says the overall goal is to make parks safer and more inviting for everyone, and that can't happen with fears of violence or constant vandalism. He says this ordinance is a step in the right direction.
There's not one solution that fixes the entire piece of this.
Coming together to fix a common issue.
And if we don't gain control of it, it's not going to get better.
Well, right now, this ordinance is making its way through Spokane's City Council. It's scheduled for a vote next Monday, the 12th. Some councilors say that they're looking for hard data points to see if this tactic is actually effective in reducing the crime in these parks. And, of course, we'll bring you an update to that vote once it happens next week. Reporting in North Spokane tonight, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Natalie, thank you. We go now to breaking news. Washington State Patrol is reporting they're searching for this man, 54-year-old Willard Crazy Mule. He was last seen near downtown Spokane around 5th and Walnut on May 10th. If you see him, call 911. Temps will be 20 degrees above average tomorrow. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how long these temps are going to stick around, Chris.
Tomorrow is where our warming trend peaks, 5 degrees warmer than it was today. Here's a look at our highs across the region today, mostly in the 80s. Moses Lake and Lewiston, Tri-Cities getting into the 90s. It was 87 in Coeur d'Alene, 86 in Spokane. But there were some 90-degree readings right around the Spokane area, including a high of 90 at 9 Mile and 90 degrees in Liberty Lake. It was 89 in downtown and 86 in Spangle and Cheney, as well as the official high in Spokane. Here's a look at the forecast highs for tomorrow around the Spokane area. A lot more 90s on the map, including in Post Falls, Hayden, and Coeur d'Alene, 92 in Liberty Lake, 94 in Spokane Valley, Meade, as well as 9 Mile. As Aaron mentioned, these readings are about 20 degrees above average. We are going to see a cool down, however. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We'll be in the 50s and 60s tonight, a little above average. 90s Wednesday, a lot above average. Then we head into a stormy weekend, showers and thunderstorms and cooler weather ahead for Friday through the weekend. I'll tell you all about that in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Tonight, rescue crews are searching for 80-year-old Dawes Eddy, a decorated mountaineer who went missing after embarking on Mount Rainier alone 7 days ago. And crews have been scouring the mountain since June 1st. Tonight, an unresponsive climber has been located in a crevasse on the southeast side of the mountain, but still no word if that's Eddy. Or Jordan Smith joins us in studio tonight. Jordan, with more on this search and rescue, what have we learned about his ascent?
Well, at home, first of all, it might sound crazy to hear that an 80-year-old man is ascending the most difficult climb in Washington alone. But Eddy is a decorated mountaineer. At one point, he was the oldest man to ever climb Mount Everest at 66, and this was his 50th ascent on Mount Rainier. Since Thursday, crews have been tirelessly searching for Dawes Eddy, who began his climb of Mount Rainier 1 week ago. Eddy said his plan was to return on May 31st. His absence prompting the search and worry.
Don't make me get emotional. It's really bad.
Dennis Stockton is Eddy's neighbor, who sees the 80-year-old constantly jogging, loading up the boat, and taking off for the mountains. This trip to Rainier, just another hike.
He likes a real challenge. He doesn't like to do easy hikes or anything like that. He wants to be a pretty difficult climb where he not interested.
The weather conditions on Wednesday were nothing out of the ordinary. The National Weather Service reporting some cloud coverage and the freezing level at 7,000 feet. Certainly nothing Eddy hasn't seen in the previous 49 ascents of the mountain. His experience also justifies this solo climb. 14 years ago, he took on Everest, balancing over crevasses and along narrow passageways on his way to the summit, setting a world record as the oldest man to make it to the peak.
I satisfied myself as to what I was capable of, and I'm just, real happy to have done it, and I'm just as happy to be back.
Though every decorated career comes with a set of challenges. For Eddy, those have come in recent months, most recently being airlifted off of a California mountain after a serious fall.
Yeah, last year they had to airlift him off a mountain. He fell, tripped, busted himself up pretty good, hit his head, knocked some teeth out, I think, scarred up his face, but he was right back at it as soon as he could.
Eddy is a beloved cornerstone of this community, and friends and family are holding their breath as they wait for news.
Of course, we're all still hoping, so we'll hopefully we get some good news here soon.
And we are all hoping for the best here as well. And in the meantime, if you plan any backcountry adventures or hikes this summer, make sure tell someone where you're going and when you expect to be back. Know your limits and pack a day pack with you with some extra protein bars, some water, and an extra layer just in case. And we'll keep an eye on this story as we learn more. For now in studio, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. Tomorrow, the Spokane Public School Board will vote on whether to join other school districts suing social media companies for the impact they've had on students' mental health. The list of companies includes Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. The civil suit looks to hold the companies accountable for how they use and manage their products. A recent study found that social media plays a major role in harming a child's self-esteem.
We know that bullying, harassment, threats, intimidation, we know that conversations about substance abuse is happening, about self-harm is happening. We know it's having a negative impact on kids.
It's not just school districts wanting social media companies held responsible. I've recently sat down with local lawmakers, including Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers, to see what they're doing to protect your kids online. To see my special report, download the KXLY Plus app and click on the Social Media Effect tab. Well, still ahead, parts of Ukraine and Russia flooded after a dam collapsed, why each country is blaming the other. Coming up next on 4 News Now at 6.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Right now, Cooper Tire is offering up to $75 off 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Plus, Perfection Tire will match that rebate for up to $150 off.
Nobody beats perfection.
Coeur d'Alene Casino presents the Core Stars Entertainment Series. Join us as we celebrate our 30-year anniversary with an amazing lineup of the hottest entertainment. See comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, July 27th. Don't miss an evening with Night Ranger on Thursday, August 24th. Plus, join us for King of the Cage on Thursday, September 14th. For tickets, visit the casino box office or cdacasino.com. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
There are a lot of ways to deal with a stubborn drain. Call us at Mainstream Plumbing. Our high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber's gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. Call 866-411-ZAP.
The Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, making it fresh for you now 6 days a week. Come and see us.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up to highlight and congratulate high school and college graduates. Send us a photo of your senior, and 10 lucky students will be chosen to win a $50 gift card from STCU. Enter your senior photo today at KXLY.com.
Hey, did you lock in the ringer for the softball team yet? We really need to repeat as Kubota League champs.
Yeah, check this out. What's up? 56.
Is that Ben Gregg?
Yeah, he can hit, he can pitch, and he sold 3 tractors this morning.
Come to Adams Tractor and get your Kubota today. For new tractors, parts, and service, and with 5 locations, we are the Northwest's biggest and best Kubota dealer.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Right now, Cooper Tire is offering up to $75 off 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Plus, Perfection Tire will match that rebate for up to $150 off.
Nobody beats perfection.
Around the world tonight, a major dam destroyed in Russian-controlled southern Ukraine. It's triggering flooding in nearby towns and putting thousands of residents at risk. Ukrainian and Russian officials are accusing each other of bombing the dam, which both nations rely on. ABC's Em Nguyen has more.
The destruction of a critical dam along the Dnipro River in Russian-occupied southern Ukraine, causing a torrent of water to flood nearby residential towns. Ukraine and Russia blaming each other as both sides rely on water and energy generated by the dam. Each side forced to evacuate thousands of residents.
Russia cannot defeat us on the battlefield. So, it targets civilian infrastructure to try to freeze us into submission.
Ukraine accusing Russian forces of blowing up the dam and of destroying a nearby hydroelectric power plant. Of more concern is the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant 100 miles upstream, which needs a lot of water to cool its reactors. The UN's International Atomic Energy Agency saying there is no immediate safety risk, but that it's closely monitoring the situation.
We've seen the reports that Russia was responsible for the explosion at the dam, but we cannot say conclusively what happened at this point.
But the Kremlin is blaming Ukraine for sabotaging the dam, claiming it's to distract attention from its much-anticipated counteroffensive. As the Ukrainian military starts taking back its territory, it's not clear if their long-planned counteroffensive is underway.
I won't speak to Ukrainian military operations in any way whatsoever. Right now, too soon to assess what kind of impact it's going to have on the battlefield.
Who sabotaged the dam can't currently be verified. Some experts say the loss of the dam could hinder Ukraine's counteroffensive, though it also makes it harder for Russia to supply water to Crimea. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Beautiful evening for a dog walk or a dinner on the deck. Temperatures still in the 80s at 7 o'clock. We'll be cooling into the 70s by 9, 67 at 11 o'clock with mostly clear skies. I'll be back to tell you about the big cool down along with some storms in your 7-day forecast.
And before we go to break, ABC is home to the NBA Finals, so there are a few schedule changes tomorrow you should probably know about. Tomorrow you can catch World News with David Muir at 3:30, then join us for a special edition of 4 News Now at 4 o'clock. Then the NBA Finals coverage begins at 5. After the game, you can catch another special edition of 4 News Now.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
On average, you can play longer on every dollar at Northern Quest. So chances are your dinner plans don't stand a chance. Luckily, you can make new ones right here at Maslow Steakhouse. Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile. Somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh, wait, there is.
Bring your friends. Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Meet the team behind the team. The coach, the manager, and the snack dad, all using Chase to keep up with their finances. The coach helps save goals here because she saved for soccer camp there. And check this out. The manager deposited a check. Magic. And the snack dad, he's getting paid back. Orange slices. Because this team all has Chase. Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Chase, make more of what's yours.
They were at home near Sandpoint when George's wife Sue found him unresponsive and started CPR. Within minutes, he was airlifted to Kootenai Health because George was having a STEMI, the most serious type of heart attack. Fortunately, Kootenai Health is a level 1 STEMI center with state-of-the-art cardiac care. So, just 90 minutes after his heart attack, George woke up with a healed heart and a very happy wife.
The award-winning Spokane Valley Summer Theater presents its 2023 sizzling summer season, the original high school musical Grease, June 16 through July 2nd. The regional premiere of Steve Martin's musical Bright Star, an American folktale inspired by a true story, July 14 through 23rd. And the regional premiere of Jimmy Buffett's Escape to Margaritaville, August 4 through 20th. Single and season tickets available now at sbsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
Warm evening across the inland Northwest and clear. 85 in Coeur d'Alene, 85 degrees in Spokane. There are some clouds to be found in parts of North Idaho. I'll show you that in just a moment. But we'll be mostly clear tonight. 58 degrees for an overnight low. Not much of a breeze tomorrow to cool you off with a high of 91. Blue skies and sunshine. We'll see an increase in clouds late in the day, and that is just the beginning of the big changes. We have been talking about these showers and thunderstorms throughout the western United States for about 3 weeks now. We are on the very, very far northwestern edge of this shower and thunderstorm activity, but we are going to start coming under its influence as we get into Thursday and Friday. It's going to cool things down and bring some showers and thunderstorms to the inland Northwest. Let's start off our forecast radar at our current time. We will see a few clouds drifting through. Here's 8 o'clock in the morning into the Palouse and the LC Valley. Mostly sunny skies around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene till about 5 o'clock. The chance of some showers and thunderstorms developing from the central panhandle down through the southern panhandle, mainly in far eastern sections of that part of North Idaho. We start the day off mostly dry on Thursday, but with a fair amount of clouds, it is not going to take long for those showers and thunderstorms to develop. Here's 6 o'clock Thursday evening with fairly widespread showers and thunderstorms, and those will continue with more on the way for Friday. We're also going to see the temperatures drop. Not quite down to average, but a big drop from the 90s of tomorrow. Overnight lows tonight will be cooling down into the 50s and 60s. 60 in Coeur d'Alene, 58 in Spokane, 66 in Lewiston, and 60 at Grand Coulee. High temperatures tomorrow, the warmest readings of the season so far. We've hit 90 in Spokane, unseasonably warm, 91 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. In the 80s in St. Mary's, Kellogg, Moscow, and Pullman, but 90s elsewhere around the map, getting awfully close to 100 in Lewiston, well before time. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Showers and thunderstorms moving in Thursday with a high of 88. More on Friday with a high of 76 degrees. Very good chance on Friday. And then we start drying off for the weekend, but we're still going to be very close to that system that is bringing those showers and thunderstorms up into the western United States. So at least a slight slight chance of showers every day through the 7-day forecast as we remain within that system's grasp. That's also going to keep our temperatures fairly warm at night because we will have that additional moisture and occasional cloud cover. So we're looking at overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s and even 60s through the 7-day forecast. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. This Saturday and Sunday, you won't need a fishing license to fish at hundreds of lakes and rivers across Washington. It's part of Fish and Wildlife's free fishing weekend. There are a couple of changes you need to know about. This year, you'll still need a license for any fish requiring a catch record card, like sturgeon, salmon, or halibut. Before hitting the water, Fish and Wildlife says be sure to check current fishing regulations and emergency rules. Even for species that don't require a license, other rules like size and daily limits are still in effect. Wildfires in Nova Scotia, Canada are triggering air quality alerts in the U.S. Smoke and haze will linger in parts of the Midwest and Northeast this week. The National Weather Service is issuing warnings in some parts of the U.S. CNN's Jen Sullivan has the latest on the horrific wildfires and how they will impact millions of Americans.
Historic wildfires raging through parts of Canada. More than 26,000 people have been forced to evacuate their homes.
People's homes are literally burning down. Their lives are being turned upside down.
So far this year, 8 million acres have burned. The flames causing giant plumes of smoke to tower over the region.
This is incredibly difficult and heartbreaking.
But the effects of the fires aren't just being felt in Canada. The smoke triggering air quality warnings in the U.S., impacting millions of Americans from the Midwest to the Northeast. The National Weather Service issuing a code orange for Tuesday for parts of the Northeast, including New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania, meaning the air quality will be harmful to sensitive groups like the elderly and young children, those groups being urged to stay indoors. Meanwhile, in Canada, at least 200 structures have been damaged. Firefighters are doing their best to contain it.
We're going to get through this together.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Still ahead, Spokane Public Schools wants to make sure all kids have something to eat over summer break. Find out if your child qualifies for the free meal program coming up. And the U.S. is no longer on the verge of defaulting on its debt, but other issues still plague the U.S. economy. A look at the state of our economy coming up next.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
we will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
We'll come back and get the job done and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower, but you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
Welcome to the NBA Finals. The stakes do not get any higher. I dropped the top.
Finals on ABC.
Kylie and I are excited to show you the rugged good looks and adventurous spirit of this all-new Subaru Outback.
It has a roomy interior and almost 9 inches of ground clearance that make on- or off-road driving fun.
Plus, Subaru's legendary safety features like symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology.
Visit ParkerSubaru.com or drop by the dealership to learn why Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 8 years running.
See the Subaru Outback and receive your no-problem customer service at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU Business. Partner up.
Around the nation, President Biden convened his cabinet today for the first time since January, and economic issues were at the top of his agenda. The White House highlighting the deal to avoid default, infrastructure investment, and job creation. But where does the economy really stand? CNN's Karen Caifa gives us a look from Washington, D.C.
Good afternoon.
President Joe Biden sitting down with his cabinet Tuesday for the first time since January.
Today, I'm here with my cabinet, continuing to focus on getting the job done for the American people.
With an eye toward Biden's 2024 re-election bid, where the economy will be among the top domestic issues, the White House used the meeting to highlight implementation of the president's infrastructure plan signed into law last summer, an unemployment rate under 4%, and the bipartisan debt ceiling deal Biden signed over the weekend to ensure the U.S. would avoid default.
He believes that we can continue to get things done, and there's a long list of legislative agenda that he wants to see.
With the debt ceiling crisis resolved, more economists are leaning away from the idea that the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes to curb inflation could slow the economy to a halt. Goldman Sachs chief economist told CNBC Tuesday the labor market is cooling in a way where layoffs have been confined to certain sectors.
If you look at the overall layoff numbers, they're still pretty similar to where they were in sort of 2018, 2019, when we had a pretty strong labor market.
And consumers keep spending, though major retailers like Macy's and Costco have reported a shift toward less expensive food, essentials, and services as 2 years of high inflation takes a toll. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
The list of Republican candidates running for president continues to grow. Today, the former governor, Chris Christie, officially filed his paperwork after promising to take on former President Donald Trump.
That I can't guarantee you success in what I'm about to do, but I guarantee you that at the end of it, you will have no doubt in your mind who I am and what I stand for and whether I deserve it.
Christie had been a close advisor for Trump after leaving the 2016 race, but he broke with Trump over his refusal to accept defeat in the 2020 election.
He has now become someone who is very vocally anti-Trump, and I think for him that's going to be a significant challenge.
This comes a day before former Vice President Mike Pence announces his bid. One potential candidate choosing to sit it out, New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, warning a crowded field would only be to Trump's advantage. Today, a pro-Trump super PAC saying in a statement, Trump's dominance over the Republican primary field has opened a mad rush to seize the mantle for runner-up. New at 6 o'clock, Microsoft will pay a $20 million fine to the FTC for illegally collecting and keeping the data of children who signed up to use its Xbox Live. The agency charged the company saying that it gathered the data without notifying parents or obtaining their consent. Microsoft outlined additional steps the company is now taking to improve its age verification systems and to ensure that parents are involved in the creation of children accounts for the service. An Oklahoma school board has paved the way for the nation's first religious charter school, opening the door to potential legal action over the plan's constitutionality. The Oklahoma statewide virtual charter school board voted 3-2 to accept a Catholic school's application for an online public charter school, which would be funded by state tax dollars. The school board president was one of 2 that voted against the proposal, saying it violates one of the main principles laid out in the state's constitution.
The question was, did we stay in accordance with the oath that we had signed, which was to follow the Constitution? And the answer was, for me, it was a no. It was an absolute no.
Oklahoma's governor and state superintendent supported the decision, the governor calling the move a win for religious liberty and education freedom for Oklahoma. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including a new type of coffee coming to Starbucks in Central Washington that's leaving a few of us a little confused. Plus,
sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
This is the beautiful Nissan Rogue. Check it out. Futuristic front, spacious interior, and a functional rear hatch. But beauty is only part of why we know you'll love this SUV. There's a full package of advanced technology, a customizable digital 12-inch dashboard, the parking split screen, and check this, Wi-Fi connections for up to 7 devices. The Nissan Rogue is a great SUV, and our friendly dealership is a great place to test drive one. Just off Highway 95, Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Wildfires can strike even in the heart of our cities and towns. Are you ready?
So fast the fire can move, and people just don't understand that.
One historic fire in particular changed everything in Washington.
The whole city of Spokane was surrounded by fire.
The lessons learned.
Do you think we're safer today than we were?
And what could be the difference between saving your home or losing everything?
It's a horrible decision to have to make as a firefighter.
Kirsten O'Connor reports Thursday on 4 News Now at 6.
They were at home near Sandpoint when George's wife Sue found him unresponsive and started CPR. Within minutes, he was airlifted to Kootenai Health because George was having a STEMI, the most serious type of heart attack. Fortunately, Kootenai Health is a level 1 STEMI center with state-of-the-art cardiac care. So, just 90 minutes after his heart attack, George woke up with a healed heart and a very happy wife.
92.9 CCU. CCU.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Breaking news tonight, police have confirmed 2 people were killed in a mass shooting at a high school graduation in Richmond, Virginia. Police also said a 19-year-old who was in custody will be charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. A total of 7 people were wounded in the shooting. The city's police chief said the 2 who died were both male, ages 18 and 36. Police believe the suspect knew at least one of the victims. This is a developing story. We will update you as we learn more. Kids will be out of school in just a couple of weeks, and not all students have access to meals during summer break. Spokane Public Schools will launch its federally funded summer meal program later this month. Thousands of students were provided meals each day through the program last summer, filling a gap in accessibility.
There will be many places where your child will be able to receive free lunch throughout the summer, from community centers to schools and apartments. SPS says these locations should be walking distance from your home. Students can get their hands on meals throughout the school year, but some may have to search a little harder for them during break. The federally funded meal program runs from the 22nd of June to the 18th of August.
I do absolutely love that the community has that resource. I'm a nurse, so anything that's going to keep kids fed and healthy is great.
Megan Opperman says her preschooler didn't use the program last year, but says she may this summer. Meals will be served at a variety of sites and at various locations, including Underhill Park.
We have a lot of really close places as well. Several of our schools are actually offering meals, so I think we have about 25 school sites that are doing meals, and those are all Spokane Public Schools buildings. So I would say probably most kids would end up within walking distance of a meal site.
Spokane Public Schools wants to make sure accessibility goes beyond the calendar year.
It also helps alleviate some of the strain on other local programs like food banks and things like that, because families who need it can go access it at a closer site that they usually access it during the school year versus bombarding programs through the summer.
SPS served 2,000 students a day last summer. The district says it's on track to do about the same this time around. Your child does not need to be enrolled in Spokane Public Schools to receive a meal, but they do have to be under the age of 18. Reporting in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
A live look over downtown Spokane, Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, and
little sliver of the Spokane Civic Theater there on the left side of your screen. Beautiful evening in progress. Let's take a look at our satellite and radar. Fairly quiet. We are seeing a few clouds drifting into the Palouse and the LC Valley. That may filter our moonlight at times, but will be mostly clear. These clouds are very, very thin until we get over into western Montana. We have some showers and thunderstorms in progress. Those will be drifting further to the west as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday. Temperatures right now 85 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We are running above average. Our average high is in the lower 70s. That is territory in which we have not found ourselves in quite some time. Overnight lows tonight will be dropping down into the 50s around the region. Our average overnight low is in the upper 40s and lower 50s, so we're fairly far off the mark with these temperatures as well. But this is where our warming trend peaks. Wednesday's high temperatures, lots of 90s on the map, actually getting awfully close to 100 down in Lewiston, 91 in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, Colville, and Winthrop. Here's a look at your forecast for tomorrow. Blue skies and sunshine with high temperatures about 20 degrees above average. I'll tell you more about the changes on the way and the best way to make it through this hot weather tomorrow. That's in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. Ford is recalling thousands of hybrids for a second time. It comes after its first recall failed to address a fire hazard. This round includes 125,000 of the most recent years of Escapes, Mavericks, and Corsairs. Their gas engines can leak oil or vapors. The vehicles are hybrids or hybrid plug-ins, so people could keep driving with a failed engine. Ford says it's received 28 reports of such fires. 5 are from after it recalled mainly the same vehicles for the same reason last year. The U.S. Consumer Report is urging parents to stop using Boppy newborn loungers. The commission saying 2 more infants have died after it issued a mass recall of the product in 2021. CPSC warned at the time that the loungers posed a risk of suffocation if infants rolled. The agency recommends that the best place for an infant to sleep is on a firm, flat surface in a crib, bassinet, or play yard. More young adults are getting colorectal cancer. In fact, it's estimated to become the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in those ages 20 to 49 in the U.S. by the year 2030. Yet the factors driving that rise remain a mystery. However, a new study suggests dietary and environmental exposures may play a role. Our Robin Nance breaks down the study and what its senior author hopes people take from it.
It's a disturbing trend. In the U.S., more young adults are being diagnosed with colorectal cancer.
As far as the cause is concerned, we really know very little about that so far.
Dr. Sunil Kamath with Cleveland Clinic is senior author of a new study looking to find out why.
We compared people who were young that had colorectal cancer and those that were older that developed colorectal cancer at a more average age.
One of the biggest differences when researchers compared the 2 age groups, those who are younger than 50 with colorectal cancer had lower levels of citrate. Citrate is created when the body converts food into energy. Researchers say they also found differences in the breakdowns of protein and carbohydrates, which they say could suggest that red meat and sugar intake may be linked to getting colorectal cancer at a younger age. Kamath says the takeaway here is to modify your diet.
The things that we know we should be doing, increasing leafy green vegetables, limiting sugar, limiting processed foods, limiting red meat, and getting more of our proteins from lean meats like fish or poultry or beans, lentils.
Signs and symptoms of colorectal cancer include changes in bowel habits, rectal bleeding or blood in the stool, cramping or abdominal pain, weakness and fatigue, and weight loss.
Unfortunately, there's the narrative out there, both in the medical community and the general public, that you can be too young to have cancer. And I want people to know that, unfortunately, that isn't the case.
For your health, I'm Robin Nance.
New at 6:30, the clock is ticking on what could be a major strike that has the potential to affect millions of American households. Workers with the United Parcel Service says they will vote this week to authorize a strike if the union does not reach a new contract by August 1st. If employees walk, it would be the largest work stoppage in U.S. history. The UPS has 340,000 employees. Its union, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, represents more than half the workforce. USPS says it has reached an agreement on several major issues, but both sides are bargaining over pay increases, benefits, and better working conditions. Gonzaga will be in the middle of conference realignment talks this week. Coming up in sports, the likelihood Gonzaga leaves the WCC to join the Big 12.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington's Lottery and Hit 5.
On average, you can play longer on every dollar at Northern Quest. So chances are your dinner plans don't stand a chance. Luckily, you can make new ones right here at Maslow Steakhouse. Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just 1 day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels, headlights, and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. You see, the Camry's been named best-selling car in America. But cheer up, wannabe twinsies. If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
Old dads. First De Niro, now Pacino. But what's it like being a dad when you're in your 70s, even 80s? Next, Inside Edition. He was 74 when he fathered his first child.
I get a lot of, Grandpa, would you like a chair?
What advice he's got for award winners De Niro and Pacino.
Enjoy the miracle of your children.
Then, the backyard extravaganza this 17-year-old created. Hey! Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
More Starbucks locations will soon have the new, controversial olive oil-infused coffee drinks. The product launched in March to somewhat negative reviews. The combination of oil and coffee reportedly caused digestion problems for some people. Starting today, you can try it and decide for yourself at the Starbucks in Ritzville, Moses Lake, and other locations in Central Washington. Maybe do it on a time where you have a few hours to kill.
I am going to let you report back to me. Tell me how it goes.
I don't plan on driving to Central Washington for one of those.
No. I do stop at that Starbucks in Ritzville, though. Thank goodness. It's in a good spot to keep you awake on the road. But we could go on and on about that. Let's talk about the warmth tomorrow, because it is going to be in the 90s across the region. Couple spots in the upper 80s. These temperatures are 20 degrees above average. And although they are not quite record territory, although very, very close, and we don't have any extreme heat warnings or excessive heat watches in effect, this kind of weather can still take a toll on you, especially after several days of above average temperatures, not much of a breeze to report, as well as that bright sunshine. Heat-related illness in the United States, it's used to be the #2 cause of weather-related death behind flooding. It is now eclipsed flooding. Most heat-related deaths occur outside of heat waves. I don't know if your guard is down or the messaging isn't as predominant. So it is important to listen to your body, realize that you may be experiencing some signs of heat-related stress. Avoid overexertion, stay hydrated. Heat stroke can occur even during moderate heat. Of course, never leave people or pets in a vehicle. any time of year, that can be a problem. And assist those who are at higher risk for heat-related illnesses, children, pregnant people, and check on those older neighbors. That's hard to read on the screen. I just realized I'm going to fix this graphic before I use it again. But hopefully the message got through. Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. We do have a big dip in our temperatures after tomorrow's high of 91, which will be our warmest day of the season so far. We're at 88 on Thursday and then all the way down into the mid-70s Friday and Saturday. But you'll notice this white line down here is our average high in the lower 70s. Then we start warming back up again as we get into the middle of next week. In addition to the cooler weather, we're also going to bring in some wetter weather. Here's a look at our satellite and radar, and we have been on the far northwestern extreme of these showers and thunderstorms throughout the west. We're still going to start to pick up some of that moisture into our region starting late Wednesday and continuing into Thursday and Friday, and to a lesser extent on Saturday and Sunday. We have at least a slight chance of showers every day then through the 7-day forecast. Well, here's a look. The best chance of that wet weather Thursday into Friday, a 30% chance of showers on Saturday, and then we're down to 20 through the rest of the 7-day forecast. Overnight lows in the 50s and 60s. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. A new study shows sea ice could temporarily disappear from the Arctic about a decade earlier than predicted. The researchers say a total melt is possible in the 2030s during the month of September, when levels tend to be lowest. They blame human-caused pollution, but say reducing it would still result in an ice-free Arctic by 2050. That's a more dire prognosis than a UN forecast from 2021. The study is out Tuesday in the journal Nature Communications. The research analyzed satellite data and climate models over a 40-year period. Prince Harry today taking the stand against the tabloid publisher he accuses of phone hacking and other unlawful snooping. ABC's Patrick Reevell outside the courthouse in London.
Prince Harry getting his day in court, taking the stand in London today in his battle with the British tabloid press. The first time a senior member of the royal family has testified in court in 130 years. Harry arriving at London's High Court to testify in his case against Mirror Group newspapers, joining 100 other claimants who accused the newspapers of illegally gathering information on them between 1991 and 2011, including through phone hacking and hiring private investigators. Harry's legal team alleging more than 100 stories between 1996 and 2009 used unlawfully gathered information. Facing questioning under oath on the stand, Harry launching a blistering attack on the tabloids, claiming in his witness statement they have blood on their hands and saying that they fueled huge bouts of paranoia. The Mirror Group contests the allegations, saying Harry has no proof and filed his challenges too late. The trial intensely personal for the prince, who blames the paparazzi for the death of his mother, Princess Diana, saying he believes he has a duty to hold parts of the media to account for the good of the country.
I'm in this to be able to say, draw a line, enough, we can all move on and get on with our lives. But if this continues, then I'm naturally deeply concerned that what has happened to us will happen to someone else.
Prince Harry is facing some difficult questioning in the court behind me. He's being pressed by the defence barristers to prove that much of the information that is in many of the articles he's complaining about wasn't already publicly available. The Mirror Group has previously settled phone hacking claims before, but it says that it never targeted Prince Harry. He's due back in court again tomorrow for a second day of testimony. Patrick Reevell, ABC News, London.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Call Russell & Hill, attorneys at law.
Where real people
with real injuries
get real results.
24/7, nights and weekends.
Free consultations.
And there's never a fee unless we win.
Choose 2.
Choose Russell & Hill.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
This is Dan. Dan is digging a tunnel. Dan really wants to attend the MLB All-Star Week at T-Mobile Park, so Dan is digging. Too bad no one told Dan about the $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery. Each purchase comes with a chance to win one of 14 MLB All-Star Week prize packages. But Dan doesn't know that, so Dan is digging. Good luck, Dan. You might want to hurry. Or go get a $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns to Pend Oreille County June 17th and 18th. Discover the rich history, folklore, and mystery, from Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise. A 5K fun run and plenty of food. This event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings, or sign up for the Presenters Dinner and talk to them firsthand. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle, and that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Let's wave the flag together. Hello, I'm Mark Peterson with 4 News Now, presenting the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered flag to any BECU Spokane location on Friday, June 23rd. In exchange, you'll receive a new American-made flag from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Well, the idea of Gonzaga joining the Big 12 is losing steam. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesome. According to Dennis Dodd of CBS Sports, there has been mutual admiration between Gonzaga and the Big 12, but there is stronger momentum for UConn to join the conference rather than Gonzaga right now. The Big 12's expansion negotiations with Gonzaga and other schools are expected to heat up during the conference's spring meetings this week. Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark began conversations with Gonzaga several months ago as part of his plan to expand and add value to what he called the #1 basketball conference. Washington State basketball signed highly touted incoming freshman Spencer Mahoney. Mahoney will play for the Cougars next season. He's been ranked as high as the #2 player in New York. The 6'9" Mahoney averaged 18 points a game during his senior year of high school. The Seattle Mariners have been struggling. They've lost 3 games in a row, but help is on the way. Seattle activated relief pitcher Andres Munoz from the injured list. Munoz has been sidelined since April 9th with a shoulder strain. Munoz led All-American League relievers with 96 strikeouts last season. He will be rejoining a Mariners bullpen that ranks in the top 10 in baseball. Utility player Dylan Moore was also activated from the injured list. Moore started this season on the injured list. He appeared in 104 games with the Mariners last season. Seattle placed relief pitcher Trevor Gott on the 15-day injured list with back spasms and sent utility player Sean Haggerty down to AAA to make room for the new players. And the Mariners are on the road against the San Diego Padres tonight. This one just got underway. No score yet. This is the first meeting between the teams this season. And the Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat will go head-to-head in Game 3 of the NBA Finals tomorrow. The Heat won Game 2 to even the series. And when the NBA Finals are tied at 1-1, the team that wins Game 3 goes on to win the series 80% of the time. So safe to say tomorrow is huge. The Nuggets will have their backs against the wall with these next 2 games in Miami.
We have to learn from Game 2 to use it to our advantage, to your point, Tim. And what I know about our group is for years now, we've handled adversity very well. And I have no doubt that tomorrow night will be a much more disciplined, urgent team for 48 minutes.
Game 3 tips off at 5:30 tomorrow on 4 News Now. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Julian, thank you. New at 6:30. Now to a study about the number of sharks in our waters just as beach season is getting underway. It turns out there are more of them than we realize, and they're swimming a lot closer than we think. ABC's Matt Gutman has more.
Maybe that shark from Jaws was really just misunderstood. In a stunning new study, researchers with the Shark Lab at Cal State Long Beach found great white sharks are far more common off the California coast than previously thought.
This is sites where there could be up to 40 juvenile white sharks hanging out at a beach at one time.
Terrifying, right? Maybe not. Actually, not. You see, thousands of hours of drone footage have shown great white sharks and humans in the same place at the same time safely.
So we're talking about many thousands of encounters a year.
So now, based on this, where these aggregations form, this is happening many, many times a day, and nothing is happening. Nobody's being bitten, nobody's being harassed.
Last year, we joined Chris Lowe and his team at the midway point of the study. Over the past 2 years, Shark Lab's drones capturing these now iconic images. Great whites cruising beneath unsuspecting swimmers and kayakers, this one breaching right towards the drone.
So maybe juveniles are just not very aggressive.
We think that's the case. They're afraid. The reason why they're at the beach is
great white shark juveniles are afraid of us.
Isn't that crazy? But they don't know they're a white shark yet. They don't know that until they're probably over 10 feet.
So there's that famous scene in Jaws where they scream shark and everybody clears out of the water and onto the beach. Get out of the water. Is it time to reassess that notion now that we know that sharks really don't interact that way with humans?
If we didn't, then every 5 minutes people would be screaming and running out of the water.
People would literally not be allowed out into the water.
Exactly, because the sharks are always there.
There's so many of them.
Exactly. And sharks aren't bothering people. They're not biting people.
And before we go to break, we are teaming up with STCU to celebrate the class of 2023. Meet Talon Haney from Newport High School. His mother tells us he is a respectful and smart young man, and he is a great role model for his 4 younger siblings. You can celebrate your graduating senior by submitting a picture of them on KXLY.com. You also have the chance to win a $50 gift card and be featured on 4 News Now.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Of course I know the theme song.
Entertainment Tonight. That's what people want.
It's hard to think of Entertainment Tonight without.
Oh, I know it.
I mean, come on. Since I was a little kid.
This is Entertainment Tonight. This is the Bible of show business.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Hi, Kylie here with Dad at Parker Toyota. We know finding time during the busy week to schedule your service maintenance can be difficult. That's why we've expanded our hours. We're now open Sundays.
Schedule your oil change, brakes, and other maintenance needs at your convenience online, parkertoyota.com. Our highly trained technicians can get you in and out with our express service.
Experience the no-problem sales and service 7 days a week at Parker Toyota in Coeur d'Alene.
At Horizon Credit Union, we believe your dreams and the path that fulfills them are what makes life special. It's about the freedom to spend time making memories. It's the convenience of easy banking, so you can hit the road with confidence. It's the perfect little moments you cherish forever. No matter where you are, we can help you get there. Come see us today in branch, online, or anywhere on your path.
Hi, I'm Gabby Lemieux, inviting you to join me for the Epson Tour, Road to the LPGA, right here at the beautiful Circling Raven Golf Club this August. The tour's mission is to prepare the world's best female professional golfers for a successful career in the LPGA. The tour returns for its exciting and competitive season. Mark your calendars now. The Epson Tour, Road to the LPGA, brought to you by Circling Raven Golf Club and 4 News Now. I'll see you right here this August.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kootenai Heart Clinics.
Wednesday planner, it is going to be hot, high temperature of 91 degrees. Blue skies and sunshine. Cooler weather is on the way.
Get up early, do some stuff before it gets too warm outside.
Hit a few golf balls, maybe?
Hit a few golf balls, maybe? I think the three of us will probably do that. Got a little event, got to practice up.
Need to practice,
yeah. A lot of practice.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.